President Trump's counselor, Kellyanne Conway, is speaking publicly for the first time about an alleged assault last fall while she was at a Maryland restaurant with her teenage daughter. Conway spoke with our Dana Bash. Dana joins us now from Washington with the details. Dana, what have you learned?
Well, John, I sat down with Kellyanne for my series, Badass Women of Washington, and during that interview, she spoke for the first time about being in a restaurant with her middle school-age daughter, some of her daughter's friends and their parents in Bethesda, Maryland, a suburb right here in Washington. It was in October of 2018, right after the Brett Kavanaugh hearings, and the tensions were very, very high.
I was assaulted in a restaurant, and that
Assaulted
person,
how?
That person has to go to court soon.
Assaulted how?
I was standing next to my daughter and many of her friends at dinner. I mean, she was right here, right next to me, and her friends were too. And somebody was grabbing me from behind, grabbed my arms, and was shaking me to the point where I thought maybe somebody was hugging me, one of the other parents coming to pick up his or her daughter. And then as I turned around, it just felt weird. It felt like, well, it's a little aggressive. And I turned around, and the woman had grabbed my hands. She was just unhinged. She was
a stranger.
She was out of control. I don't even know how to explain her to you. Her whole face was terror and anger, and she was right here, and my daughter was right there. And she ought to pay for that. She ought to pay for that, because she has no right to touch anybody. She put her hands on me. I said, "Get your hands off me." She put her hands on me and was shaking me, and then was doing it from the front with my daughter right there, who then videotaped her. And let me tell you something. She just would not leave the restaurant. She kept going on and on. She went outside. She just wouldn't stop. This woman thinks it's okay to touch someone else. It's not okay. It's not okay by her own standards, and not okay by the law.
So you called 911, the police came?
I called 911, the police came.
Did they arrest her?
She left.
With the police?
No, she had already gone.
You told the president about it?
I did, but long after. I told other people who
What did he
knew
say?
Here. What he always says, "Are you okay? Were you okay? Was your daughter okay? Were the other girls okay?"
How was your daughter? That's so traumatic. I mean, I would imagine for you, but as a mother, probably the first thing you're thinking of is your daughter.
Other people's kids there, which is why I didn't want to talk about it publicly. But I don't want it to become a thing. I just want it to become a teachable moment for everyone.
Now, during the interview, I asked Kellyanne about incendiary rhetoric coming from her boss, the president, like calling the press the enemy of the people, for example, and whether she views that too as contributing to the toxic atmosphere. She shot back by saying sarcastically that I violated her challenge to form a sentence without mentioning Donald Trump. But then she argued flatly. She believes the only person responsible for the conduct that she described is her, the woman who committed the alleged assault, John.
And Dana, the alleged assailant here has been charged with second-degree assault and disorderly conduct?
She has, and a trial is actually set for March in Maryland State Court. Our colleague David Shortell, who got the police report here, other records relating to this, also reached out to the alleged assailant, Mary Elizabeth Ibanet, to her attorney, who disputed Conway's account. She gave us the following statement, and I'll read it. Miss Ibanet saw Kellyanne Conway, a public figure in a public place, exercised her First Amendment right to express her personal opinions. She did not assault Ms. Conway. The facts at trial will show this to be true and show Ms. Conway's account to be false. And John, her attorney, says she will be pleading not guilty.
All right, Dan, that was a really interesting interview. You know, no one should be harassed or assaulted in any restaurant in any circumstances.
They should not.
Thanks, Dan.